Good afternoon, everybody. Today we will start our unit number 7. The name of the chapter is Ductile Detailing of RCC Members. In this, we see the first syllabus of this chapter. Concept of ductility, different ways of measuring ductility, factors affecting on ductility, energy absorption, and provision of IS 13920. Okay, so in this lecture, we are going to learn about the ductile detailing of RCC members, how to ductile the RCC members. RCC members, which are the RCC members from our structure. कुठले कुठलेच सांगा बरं RCC members. त्यामध्ये कुठले येणार आहेत कॉलम, बीम, स्लॅब. Okay, these RCC members we have to strengthen or we have to make it as a ductile material, so that whatever the earthquake forces coming on the structure, that will be going to be reduces because of the resistivity power of that RCC structures, RCC members. Okay, तर त्यामध्ये बघा डक्टाइल डिटेलिंग म्हणजे काय, जे काही डक्टाइल डिटेलिंग आहे दॅट इज रिलेटेड टू द रेन्फोर्समेंट ऑफ द स्टील. जे काही स्टील रेन्फोर्समेंट असेल किंवा रेन्फोर्समेंट बिटवीन द concrete and the steel, that should be in the good way, so that for that purpose, for achieving the good ductile detailing of RCC members, for achieving the ductile property, we have to know about the basic ideas about the ductile detailing, what is meant by the ductility, what is meant by the ductile detailing of RCC members, so that such a this unit number 7 is very important in our syllabus. We'll see first the syllabus. Concept of ductility, that is the first point. Second is the different ways of measuring ductility, factors affecting on ductility, energy absorption, and last one is the provision of IS 13920. Baga, in this chapter, concept of ductility, in this starting of the chapter, we'll see the first, the ductility. What is the concept of ductility, that we'll see. Second point is the how to measure the ductility of the ductility, or different ways of measuring the ductility. Third point, we'll see here the factors affecting on the ductility. And last one, energy absorption in the RCC members and the provision which is made on this ductile detailing. That provisions, all our provisions are included in the IS code, that is IS 13920. Okay, in this way we'll see this unit number 7, that is related to the ductile detailing of RCC members. Take a note of it. There is a provision on this have given in the IS code, that is the IS 13920. So all of you go through these IS codes, you will get the idea about the how, what is meant by the ductile detailing of different RCC members with their provision in the diagrams. Okay, so that IS code is very important here. So all of you write down the syllabus in your notebook with respect to this IS code, and you will get free at that time. All of you download this IS code, that is IS 13920 in your mobile, and you read that IS code, whatever the provisions given in the IS code. Okay, so all of you write down the syllabus. We'll go for the first concept of ductility. Okay, first we'll see here the what is the introduction about this ductile detailing of RCC members. The basic approach of earthquake resistant design should be resist The basic approach of earthquake resistant design should be based on lateral strength as well as deformability and the ductility capacity of the structure with limited damage to the structures. Means we have to make sure that ductile detailing of the RCC members. The ductile detailing of RCC member is in a good condition. At that time, that structure should becomes a earthquake resistant structure. So we have to know about the basic approach of this earthquake resistant design. It is based on the lateral strength as well as the deformability and ductility capacity of the structure with the limited damage of the structures. Means while going for this ductile detailing of the RCC members, the damages of the structure will be goes on reducing during the earthquake. So that ductile detailing of RCC members is very important in this chapter, and we'll see this the whatever the introduction and the concept regarding this ductility of the structures. Okay, so basic approach of this ductile detailing of RCC member is that we have to it is based on the lateral strength as well as the deformability and ductility capacity of the structure with limited damage to the structure. Full stop. This the IS 13920-1993 entitled the ductile detailing of RCC structure subjected to seismic forces code practice is based on this approach. Okay, that IS code, name of the IS code, all of you write down in your notebook. That is for the ductile detailing of RCC members. That IS 13920-1993 is given, and which is based on the ductile detailing of RCC members, and that will be helpful for you for the understanding the concept of ductile detailing and how to ductile the RCC members. That all parameters are given in this IS code. That IS code is a IS 13920-1993. Okay. Third point is that the standard covers the requirement of lateral strain designing and detailing of monolithic reinforced concrete building so as to give them adequate toughness and ductility to resist severe earthquake shocks without collapse. Means this standard covers the requirements of lateral strain designing and detailing of monolithic reinforced concrete building so as to give them adequate toughness and ductility resist the severe earthquake shocks without collapse. Means based on this we will go for this making the statement like this of for if the earthquake is if the severe earthquake is there at that time, the well ductile materials they are resist the shocks without the collapse. Okay, means during the earthquake or during the major shock or minor shock, the ductile detailing of RCC members resist the severe forces which are coming from the earthquake, and so that our structure will become a safer structure. Okay, so all of you write down these points in your notebook with respect to the basic concept of this ductile detailing of RCC members. Write down introduction, basic approach of basic approach of earthquake resistant design. The basic approach of earthquake resistant design should be should be based on should be based on lateral strength should be based on lateral strength as well as as well as deformability 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 and deformability and ductility capacity deformability and ductility capacity of the structure ductility capacity of the structure with limited damage with limited damage limited damage to the structure to the structure. Full stop. Coming towards second line, the code, the code IS 13920, the code IS 13920, the code IS 13920, 1993, 1993, entitled, entitled ductile detailing of, ductile detailing of, ductile detailing of reinforced concrete structures, reinforced concrete structures subjected to, subjected to seismic forces, seismic forces. Code practice, code practice is based on, is based on this approach, based on this approach. Full stop. Next line. The standard covers, the standard covers the requirements of, the requirements of lateral strength designing, lateral strength designing, lateral strength designing, and detailing of, and detailing of, detailing of monolithic reinforced concrete buildings, detailing and detailing of monolithic concrete reinforced concrete building, so as to give, so as to give them, so as to give them adequate toughness, adequate toughness and ductility, and ductility to resist, to resist, to resist severe earthquake, severe earthquake shocks, severe earthquake shocks without collapse, without collapse, without collapse. Full stop. Uh, Coming towards the second slide. Thus, the ductility of the structure is one of the important factors affecting its seismic performance, and it has been clearly observed that the well-designed and well-detailed reinforced structure behave well during earthquake, and the gap between the actual and designed lateral forces is narrowed down by providing ductility with the structures. Okay, so this is ductile detailing. Ductile detailing of RCC member is one of the most important property, is the most important factor of, that is most important factors, which is if that ductile detailing of RCC members perform well during the earthquake, then our structure will become safer, and whatever the failure of the structures, that will be going to be eliminated because of this good ductile detailing of the RCC members. So you can see here the graph they have shown here, that stress is direct stress versus strain. Okay, and they have shown here the two types of the material properties, that is with respect to the brittle fracture and the ductile fracture. Okay, there is a stress and strain. As per as the Hooke's law, there is a stress is directly proportional to the strain. up to a within a elastic limit, but beyond the elastic limit there will be a some of the fractures or the as far as the RCC member there is a fracture will be produces. So such a types of the graph is shown here, but in our structure there is a regularly material used are the ductile material. That brittle material we cannot use into the our structure. That brittle structures behaves bad during the earthquake, and the ductile behavior of the materials that behaves good during the that resist the earthquake forces during the earthquake. So all of you draw this diagram in your notebook with respect to the stress and the strain, with respect to the brittle fracture and the ductile fracture. All of you draw this diagram and write down the behavior or performance of the ductility in your notebook. All of you draw this diagram in your notebook. Stress versus strain, and its behavior during the brittle material and the ductile material. Thus, as far as this ductile detailing of RCC members is a very important parameter during the performance of seismic, that is the performance during the earthquake, and it has been clearly observed that well designed and detailed RCC structures behaves well during the earthquake, and the gap between the actual and design lateral forces is narrowed down by providing the ductility in the structures. Okay. The concept of ductility. The ductility in the structure will arise from inelastic material behavior and detailing of reinforcement in such a manner that brittle failure is avoided and ductile behavior is induced by allowing steel to yield in the controlled manner. Okay, the ductile in the structure the ductility in the structure will arise from inelastic material behavior and detailing of reinforcement in such a manner that brittle failure is avoided, and that ductile behavior is induced by allowing the steel to yield in controlled manners. Means ductile detailing of RCC members in that brittle behavior of the material that will be going to be reduced, that will be avoided, and ductility, that is the ductile behavior is induced into the material to allow by allowing steel to yield in controlled manner. Therefore, one of the primary tasks of an engineer designing an earthquake resistant building is to ensure that the building will possess enough ductility to withstand the size and the types of the earthquakes which it is likely to experience during its lifetime. Means we have to take care about while planning of the structures, while planning or the designing of the structure, that earthquake resistant building is to be ensured that building will possesses the enough ductility and which withstand with the types of the earthquakes which it will be experienced during its lifeline. Okay, Means ductility it is a property which we have to be increase into the our structure, and we have to reduce the brittle behavior of the structure, and we have to induce the ductility property in our structure. That is the first point. And second thing is that, yeah, the primary task of engineer, we have to take care about the earthquake resistant building in such a way that the building will possesses enough ductility and withstand with the types of earthquake and the size of earthquakes which it is likely to experience during its lifeline. Okay, its lifetime. Write down this concept of ductility in our notebook with respect to the ductile behavior and the brittle behavior. And second thing is that with respect to the increasing the building will possesses enough ductility withstand the size and types of the earthquake. Okay, we can see here there are the two types of the material property. कुठली पण जर स्ट्रक्चर जे काही मटेरियल्स असतात त्या मटेरियलच्या दोन प्रॉपर्टी असतात. फर्स्ट वन इज द डक्टाईल मटेरियल आणि दुसरं काय असणार आहे ब्रिटल मटेरियल. तर आपले डक्टाईल मटेरियल असेल तर काय होतं, इन द डक्टाईल मटेरियल स्ट्रेस इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द स्ट्रेन within a elastic limit. That property is satisfied by the ductile material. But if there is a brittle material म्हणजे कुठला असणार आहे, ग्लास असणार आहे. तर ग्लास मटेरियलला काय असणार आहे, ग्लास लगेच फुटतो बरोबर का, म्हणजे इट बिहेव्स अ ब्रिटल मटेरियल. दॅट इज द ब्रिटल बिहेवियर. अँड डक्टाईल बिहेवियर म्हणजे काय, विथ अप टू अ इलास्टिक लिमिट दॅट स्ट्रेस इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द स्ट्रेन. लाईकवाईज बिहेवियर ऑफ द मटेरियल. यार आपल्याला काय करायचं आहे, इन द स्ट्रक्चर वी हॅव टू बिल्ड the ductile behavior in our structure. If there is a brittle behavior असेल and the earthquake forces are applied on the structure, तर काय होणार आहे त्या ठिकाणी, there will be automatically due to that external forces on the structure, our structure will be getting collapsed because of the brittle behavior of the structure. But we have to take care about that brittle behavior, we have to go for the ductile behavior. So we have to induce in our building that all RCC members should behave like a ductile behavior, so that if all members are behaves like a ductile behavior, then automatically brittle nature will be going to be reduces. And so that all the RCC members this behaves like a their performance is well during the earthquake if there is a ductile natures of the RCC members. समजलं का बघा. जर आरसीसी मेंबर्स असतील आणि ते पण कसे असतील, डक्टाईल असतील, तर काय होणार आहे त्या ठिकाणी, डक्टिलिटी प्रॉपर्टी काय सांगते, दॅट इट हॅव्हिंग द रेजिस्टिव्हिटी पॉवर, इट ॲब्झॉर्ब्स द अर्थक्वेक फोर्सेस. So that what will be happen, that whatever the stresses coming, whatever the forces that are the dynamic forces such as earthquake forces coming on the structure, at that point our ductile behavior members that behaves good, okay, that behaves well during the earthquake, means they resist the earthquake forces. But if there are the brittle behavior materials are available, ते वाट काय होणार आहे त्या ठिकाणी, ब्रिटल नेचर असलेले जे मटेरियल असतील तर काय होणार आहे, अशा या मॅक्झिमम डायनॅमिक फोर्सेसला काय होणार आहे, ते जे तुमचे ब्रिटल मटेरियल आहे ते ब्रिटल मटेरियल काय होणार आहेत, फेल्युअर होणार आहेत. मग ब्रिटल मटेरियल फेल्युअर होतील म्हणजे आरसीसी मेंबर फेल्युअर होतील. आरसीसी मेंबर फेल्युअर होतात म्हणजे काय होतं, आवर स्ट्रक्चर विल बी गेटिंग कोलॅप्स्ड. So that in our building we have to induce which type of the material, that are the ductile behavior ductile behavior materials we have to induce in our building, and so that such a types of the ductile behavior withstand the size and the types of the earthquake. मग जर डक्टाईल बिहेवियर असेल तर काय होणार आहे, इनिशियली त्या स्ट्रक्चरची पण रेझिस्टिव्हिटी पॉवर जी काय स्ट्रक्चर आहे त्याच्यावरती आरसीसी मेंबर्स आहेत त्याची स्ट्रेंथ पण जास्त असणार आहे, आणि त्यावेळेला ते काय करणार आहे, दे रेजिस्ट द साईज इन टाइप्स ऑफ द अर्थक्वेक, म्हणजे साईज किती जरी मोठा अर्थक्वेक आला तर त्या ठिकाणी काय करणार आहे, बिकॉज ऑफ इट्स डक्टाईल नेचर डक्टिलिटी बिहेवियर दे रेजिस्ट or they opposes to the earthquake forces, and so that our building will become a safer building, and the failure जे आहे that failure will be going to be reduces. That is the property of a concept of the ductility with respect to the brittle behavior, and the second one is the ductile behavior of the material. All of you understand this? All of you understand? Okay. In order to achieve a ductile structure, we must give stress on three key areas during the design process. That is the first point. Firstly, the overall design concept of building configuration must be sound. Secondly, the individual members must be designed for ductility. And finally, connections and other structural details need carefully attention. बघा, how to achieve this ductility means in order to achieve the ductile structure, which types of the care we have to take, that is the first, during the design process we have to take care about the first, the overall design concept for building configuration must be sound म्हणजे काय असणार आहे, in our unit number 5 already we have seen that which type of the configuration or overall design of the building हे कसं पाहिजे, ऑलरेडी आपण शिकलो. काय शिकलो आपण, ओव्हरऑल डिझाईन ऑफ द बिल्डिंग कसं पाहिजे, दॅट बिल्डिंग शुड नॉट बी टॉलर ओनली, जे काय इलॉंगेशन जे काय आहे त्या साईज कसे पाहिजेत, दॅट साईज कशी पाहिजे, रिकमेंडेड आणि नॉट रिकमेंडेड ते बघितलं आपण. दॅट स्ट्रक्चर शुड बी अ सिम्पल, दॅट स्ट्रक्चर शुड बी अ सिमेट्रिकल, त्या ठिकाणी काय त्या ओव्हरहँग ज्या आहेत त्या ओव्हरहँगिंग लोड्स दॅट विल बी इलिमिनेटेड. Such a types of the basic consideration, that basic fundamentals already we have seen in the unit number 5, that all the types of the configuration, that all the types of the rules and regulation which are related to achieving the earthquake resistance, that are the principles, that principle we have to take into account while planning of the building. That is the first, that is the basic idea about this by achieving the earthquake resistant design. Second parameter काय म्हणते बघा, secondly, the individual members must be designed for ductility. इंडिव्हिज्युअल मेंबर्स मीन इंडिव्हिज्युअल मेंबर्स मध्ये आपले स्ट्रक्चरचे मेंबर्स कुठले कुठले आहेत, स्लॅब, बीम, कॉलम, फुटिंग जे काय आहेत, that all members should be designed, or all the members should be constructed in such a way that they should resist the earthquake forces. Individual members must be designed for ductility. Ductility म्हणजे काय, it having the nature of ductile behavior. Ductile behavior म्हणजे काय, whatever the forces it will be going to be resist, mean the brittle nature काय होतं, automatically there will be a losses, there are the failure will be occur when extra forces or the dynamic forces come under the structure. So that we have to design each and every component of the building, that should be a design, that should be designed for a ductility. Second one is that finally the connections and other structural details need careful attention. Means finally connections, connection कुठं कुठं असतात सांगा, there are the connections between the column and the beams. Column आणि beams जे काय connection आहेत ते काय connection means joint between these vertical member and the horizontal members. During that there are the whatever the connection, that connection should be in a strong way. If that connection is loses, what will be happen, connection is loses means that during that earthquake forces that connection is going to be loose, that connection will become loose or it becomes weak, our structure, some of our component will be going to be collapsed. So that we should take care that each and every member should be designed for ductility. And second thing is that structure needs carefully attention about the connection, that connection should be in a well manner. Okay, if connection becomes weak, connection becomes a becomes bad during that period. What will be happen during this excessive earthquake loads, during these excessive dynamic loads, that point, that connection between this column and the beams becomes weak, and so that failure of the column or the failure of the beam will be occur. So that during the earthquake, so that we have to take care about the connections during the earthquake, during the structures for resisting the earthquake forces. That is the connection point. We have seen overall form, we have seen that is second point is about the connection that should be in a strong between the vertical members and the horizontal members. Third point is the in earthquake resistant design of structures, all structural members and their connections and supports, that is all critical regions where the stress level goes to yielding strength or exceeds during severe earthquakes should be designed, sized and detailed with large ductility and stable hysteresis behavior. Okay, means in this earthquake resistant design of structures, all structural elements and with their connections and supports, means we have to take care about, for achieving the earthquake resistant structure we have to take care about the each and every structural member, that should be a ductility, that should be a ductile behavior. Second point is with their connection we have to take care, and third one is the with respect to their supports, all critical regions where the stress level goes to yielding strength or exceeds during severe earthquake should be designed and sized and detailed with large ductility, stable hysteresis behavior. Okay, within 1 minute our meeting will be over. All of you join once again on the same link.